broadcasting live from the Mountain Range Raceway, high atop the Appalachian Mountains, for another great Three Rivers RC race. Bill Steinbach is trying to make history, winning his 4th career road course race and earning those 3 bonus points after winning all of 5 races not at Moon Speedway. Chad Lubberner trying to win his 1st ever career road course race. Now, as you can see, this is a pretty complex road course. 5 turns, going through the chicane, a very slick racetrack on this 95-degree day. It's going to be some truly rough and ready racing. After a 3-lap heat race, this road course race, the Backyard Bashers 137, will only be 30 laps instead of your usual 35 laps. Bill Steinbach is the pole sitter, Chad Lindberner starting in 2nd. Get ready for some rough and ready racing. Three, 2, 1, go.
And the drivers let out of the clutch, and they're green. A clean start through turn number 1 and turn number 2. Bill Steinbach, the leader, going into turn number 3. Chad Lindberner making the pass, bumping Bill Steinbach into those tires, going into the chicane. We have a caution here on lap number 1 of the Backyard Bashers 137.
That looked like that caution was caused on purpose, because Steinbach could have easily gotten that car going after he backed up. But I guess that's that. The officials let it go this time. Green flag, and Lindberner has the lead. Wow, Steinbach just cutting right through the center, and that'll cause a caution. I don't think that one was on purpose. I think he bounced off the wall that's slightly off the screen.
This is amateur hour for Bill Steinbach. Usually he's amazing on these road courses. He cannot get a handle on this car today. Who knows? Maybe he's just trying to play with Lindberner here, not trying to show his equipment for this race. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he's going to play with him early, and I think Steinbach's going to pull out a win out of this race. There goes Lindberner again, really with a nice advantage as he can cut those corners very tight with his smaller car. He bounces a little bit over the bump, and that gives Steinbach an advantage going around that chicane. He caught up to him, but now they spread out. They seem to spread out here in turn number 4. What do you think?
Most definitely. Through the chicane coming out of turn number 5, Chad Lindberner can get an amazing run off of the corner, build up his momentum for that long straightaway into turn number 3. Bill Steinbach coming through turn number 3. Chad Lindberner going through turn number 5, rounding the chicane. He leads lap number 6.
I think Steinbach's better in the half that's closer to the camera, or excuse me, further away from the camera, whereas Lindberner is better on the latter turns closer to the camera. We have another caution here. Steinbach will just cut through the middle of the chicane there. That is perfectly legal, under caution, obviously. And Lindberner gets lane choice. He chooses the inside lane. Steinbach goes on the outside lane, and we have a restart here. Lindberner with quite an advantage, almost cuts off Steinbach, and that'll cause Steinbach to create a caution here on lap 7.
Instant replay. They take the green flag, and Bill Steinbach came down, turned just a little bit too early, missed his judgment, hitting that Hoosier Racing tire in turn number 1. Coming to the restart here, Chad Lindberner on the inside, but Bill Steinbach squeezes between Lindberner and the cone to get the jump on the restart, forces Lindberner up into the outside retaining wall on the front stretch. Going into turn number 3, Lindberner makes with the pass, gets spun by Bill Steinbach in the short chute, heading towards turn number 4.
Lindberner does that quick turn and comes around again. No caution. Remember, we don't have full course cautions here on unless you get more than a quarter of a lap down here, which the officials judge. Okay, and as you can see, there's a little white line on the very far left of your screen as Steinbach gets jammed into the wall there, but he keeps it going on lap 10, but we'll have a caution here as he couldn't get that car unjammed for a while. Anyways, that white line there in the corner, that actually comes off the wall. That turn that is slightly off camera is a lot thinner than any of the other corners on this track, which makes it more challenging.
Coming to the restart, Bill Steinbach bumps Chad Lindberner to get the edge. They're racing on the front straightaway. Bill Steinbach spins out Chad Lindberner as Steinbach goes through the kink and into turn number 3. No caution on that situation on the front straightaway there. Lindberner was not far enough behind to cause a full course yellow.
Okay, they go around corner number 1 again as Steinbach hits the wall. We have a caution on lap 2. He hits the outside wall and comes in on the inside. Here's the instant replay of that. Look at him, just go too wide, and then his car loses all handling, and he'll hit that tire wall.
Coming back to the restart line, Bill Steinbach on the inside. Green flag is back in the air. Door to door down the front straightaway, but Bill Steinbach with the edge on that restart. as he heads down into turn number 3. Into the grass. What a save by Bill Steinbach. Chad Limburner made up some major ground in that straightaway there. Coming through turn number 5. Limburner on the inside makes the pass. Bill Steinbach gets a little bit sideways up into the outside wall. Coming through the turn number 3.
See that bike tire at the tip of the chicane? Limburner's car can fit underneath that slightly, whereas Steinbach's can't, and that's really going to give him an advantage. We've seen it already as he can cut that corner slightly tighter. Lap 15.
Halfway, the cross flags are out. Coming through turn number 5, Limburner running the outside line, so is Bill Steinbach, but he makes some contact with the wall coming out of turn number 5. Limburner has a very fast car today. You see the 3 long straightaways, more of a power track. Bill Steinbach Moon Speedway road course is a lot better there. It's not more necessarily about power, it's more about skill and handling.
Looking at the track, it seems like there's a lot more grip that Limburner is capitalizing on, whereas it seems like Steinbach's tire compound really is not catching that grip. He just drifts around the corners, whereas Limburner can make tight corners and fast turns. Track maintenance team takes to the speedway to fix that on the first front stretch as well as the chicane.
Under red flag here. The yellow light is back on. Bill Stein coming to the restart line. Track maintenance team has one more thing to repair. Yellow flag is back out. Coming to the restart line for the green flag. There it is. This could be Bill Steinbach's best opportunity to take the lead, and he capitalizes on that spinning Chad Limburner in turn number 1. Gets up into the grass once again to cut that corner perfectly, and Limburner wrecks in turn number 3, hitting the cone head on with a very wide turn that time. Chicane 2 seconds behind Bill Steinbach on that lap.
Unbelievable. We just see Limburner's car failing here now. That Ferrari really had power early, but it seems to be losing it, and now Limburner's trying to play catch-up here, Steinbach, and he does a good job of it as I say that. Lap 20, he's very close to him. We have a yellow flag. Looks like Steinbach wrecks up in the corner. We cut the video feed for a while there, not really sure why, maybe technical difficulties, but here's the restart, and there it is. Wow. Very loose by Limburner. Gets pushed around by Steinbach, but that is no caution at all.
Limburner up into the grass, and his car will lose power, and he will get stuck, and that waves the yellow flag here on lap 21. Track maintenance team comes out to pick up his car for him, and they're also doing some quick repair to those cones at the start-finish line. Coming to the restart line, Bill Steinbach has lane choice. He's going to go with the inside lane, it looks like. Chad Limburner will come around on the outside for this restart.
Yeah, and it looks like Limburner's going to have a good run here as the outside looks to have more grip today. And it does, in fact, side by side all the way down there. You can't see his car because he's actually behind Steinbach. Wow! Pushing Steinbach into the wall, and that'll cause a yellow flag on lap 22. Look how far ahead Limburner got on that lap.
Yeah, that little bit, half a lap there, he got such a jump on Bill Steinbach there. Limburner taking the inside lane, Steinbach coming around. Green flag is back in the air. These restarts are dead even until they get through turn number 1, and the car on the inside seems to have the advantage like Limburner did right there. Bill Steinbach passes him, has a small mistake getting into turn number 3, hitting one of the tires, and then hitting one of the bike tires in turn number 3, giving Limburner an enormous lead.
Yes, Limburner really looks good today. I mean, I don't have much else to say about his performance. It is stellar. He really capitalizes on the grip of the track. There, it looks like he got a little bit disoriented, but bounces Steinbach into the cone. That causes him to go wide and hit those tires at the beginning of the chicane, and he is very close to that, to being a quarter of a lap down, but the officials are not going to wave a yellow flag yet.
5 laps to go for Chad Limburner. Getting into turn number 3, he has some small braking trouble. Bill Steinbach coming up through turn number 4, right in the middle of the chicane, getting a lot of grip through turn number 5, right on the inside of that cone. He's been struggling there all day. Maybe a little bit too late for him in this one. Chad Limburner hits one of the tires going into turn number 3. Bill Steinbach capitalizes on that mistake, getting right up to that bike tire in the middle of the chicane in turn number 4.
Wow, a rare mess up today by that red Ferrari as we have a caution on lap 27. Now that Corvette seems to be running a very odd line today, so it just can't find the groove.
This road course really doesn't suit his style. It's narrow, it's more about power. Track maintenance team helping Limburner with his vehicle. Coming to the green flag, there will be 3 to go this time by.
No, they were fixing some cones there. It was hard to see, but they were fixing cones that Limburner hit earlier whenever we were talking about grip on the speedway, I believe.
Bill Steinbach simply cuts through the straightaway going into the chicane on lap number 29. What a dirty move on his part to get a caution here late in this race to try to pull out a win against Limburner.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's just going to take all he can get off of this race right now. Okay, we have a green-white checker here. Limbrunner was coming around. Limbrunner has quite a lead here on Steinbach as we are about to take the final lap. There it is, the final lap.
Limbrunner trying not to make a mistake going into turn number 3, which has been his trouble spot today. He's picture perfect. Bill Steinbach a little bit wide. He gets stuck under.
Oh, man.
And just to add insult to injury, he hits the bike tire in the middle of the chicane in turn number 4. He comes out onto the track, physically moves the tire. He does have to complete the race to get second place points. Coming around, Chad Limbrunner wins the backyard.
He hits the walls back there.
Chad Limbrunner wins the Backyard Bashers 137. What a disappointment for Bill Steinbach. Oh, so close to getting those 3 bonus points for not winning every race at Moon Speedway. This race comes up short.
This could change. This could change everything for the championship, for the title. But really, an embarrassing race for Steinbach, as he's usually very good on this road course. He was good here last year as well in that Mustang that he had.
After an exciting road course race, we hope to see you next time here on the Three Rivers RC Racing Channel.